Hey guys, I'm back. And we're going to look at something that I think is a little bit fun today. We're going to look at some special Moras. We love Moras, right? Right? Yeah? Okay, I love Moras. And I'm going to show the embarrassing time when I had no idea what a Mora was. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. The Morakniv Pro C bushcrafting knife. Nice plastic handle with a rubberized coating. I don't know. This reminds me of an oyster knife or something. I'm not sure if this is something I would carry, but it feels like a decent knife. I didn't bring any paper out here to do a cut test, but you know, it's not bad. Not great, but not bad. It seems like something I might be more inclined to use in the kitchen than anything else. Hey, there's a time in everybody's life when they just don't know stuff or they haven't seen it yet, but I think it's widely accepted that Moras are great, awesome, very budget-friendly outdoor knives. They have a lot of different models, from very basic ones. In fact, they're called the basic. They're just, you know, you can get them for about $10. But they're really well made and they will last you. All the way up to $100 models. You know, so that are very, very well made, that will last you a long time. The one thing that doesn't change from the lowest price Mora to the highest price Mora is that, number one, they're all made in Sweden. Number two, they all use very good steel. They all use Swedish steel. And that they're made to be used. And they're not, just because they're low priced doesn't mean they're cheap, crappy things. So every year, Mora puts out what they call the color of the year, and they're limited edition. Now, they're not numbered, and I'm not going to tell you that they go up at like crazy in value, you know, but they're cool. You can only get them for a little bit of time, and if you're into knife collecting and stuff like that, it's cool to get the color of the year, which I didn't realize until just this year that they did that. I have some color of the year models in my collection that I didn't even realize I had. And so the models specifically that they make in the color of the year are the 511 and the 546 basic. And they're not the only limited edition ones that they make, but these are super affordable ones. And there's a reason behind the different colors. They don't just choose colors. There's reasons behind it. So I have, for stupidity reasons, two 511s. And I have a 546. So the first 511 that I got came in a box. Not the first, well, yeah, actually the first 511 in the world, the first Mora, but the first color of the year, this version came in a box. I'm pretty sure it's barrel and blade. If I'm wrong, if I'm incorrect, I will put it in the video description, which box came from. In that video, said, oh, how Christmassy, you know, but then I found out that, you know, doing a little research, it was the limited edition color of the year for 2024. I found out that there are two versions, the 511, 546. I thought I had ordered the 546 and I ended up accidentally ordering another 511. So then I had two. Now, this second 511 is going to one of my Patreon members because they show me awesome support all through the year. So I did a little random name just picking, and this one's going to one of my Patreon members as a random thank you to them. I did find the 546 and I got it, and here they are. So the color of the year for 2024. Now, the Mora basics are just that. They are basic. They are and the reason they're called basic, by the way, Mora knives are kind of categorized by their handle style. This is the basic handle style. It's injection molded plastic, injection molded around the blade stock, and it's I forgot the actual name of what the kind of tang is called. It's like a hidden tang or something. It goes to about, it's not a full tang, but it's locked in two different places where it curves around and then curves around and the plastic's molded around. It's a very secure knife, though, if you haven't used it. It's a very, very secure knife. It is, I believe, yeah, these are Scandi grind knives, so that means that there is no secondary bevel. the grind goes straight down to the cutting edge. So a lot of people will ruin their Scandi grind because when they sharpen it, they don't match this exact grind, and they end up putting a secondary bevel on it. Scandi grinds are Scandi grinds for a reason, and we've talked about that before. But, okay, so let's talk about why this is the color of the year. And it's kind of cool. I looked into it. I found out. So number one, we've got a color called Dollar Red. And this is a very traditional color that Mora has used since 1912 when Mora started. So back in the day, which Dane Cook will have us believe is a Wednesday. I don't know if it really was, but maybe. He wanted to, Mora, the founder of Mora, the beginning of Mora, started making wood handle knives. And some of the more upscale knives used mahogany. And if you're not familiar with mahogany, it's got a very red, rich color to it. Because it's a very nice looking wood, and it makes your knives look very upscale. However, in that time, buying mahogany was very expensive, and they did not want to make knives that were out of the price range of the average people, of the people that they wanted to use their knives, which were the regular people in Sweden. They didn't expect this to go like global. But they wanted the average outdoorsman in Sweden to be able to afford their knives. And so they got the idea, hey, let's use a more affordable wood. We'll find a red color paint or stain that will make it look like mahogany. They weren't going to tell people it was mahogany, and it wasn't. But they picked this color called Dollar Red, which looked very much like mahogany. So this red tone, the Dollar Red, has been a feature of Mora knives ever since 1912. And so that is the first color that is on here. Now, this very bright green might seem like, oh yeah, people use that zombie green or that toxic green, but that's not really what this is for. This color green is very traditional in Sweden. Now, Mora actually has a definition. It's not just, the name of the company. Mora is actually it's a thing in Sweden. It refers to dense forest on damp land. That's what it translates to. That one word translates to all of that. And it also is a town in Sweden, in Dalarna County. I knew I was going to screw that up because I like llamas. So, while it has a couple different meanings in the Swedish world, in Sweden, Mora is also a type of folk dress dating back to the 17th century, which is like kind of one of the oldest known that they can trace back to Swedish folk dresses that they used to wear on special occasions, weddings, the midsummer celebrations, folk music events, and everything. There's by folk dress, I don't mean women's dresses. I mean the people in Sweden used to wear this color. You'll see it on men, you'll see it on women, and they trace it all the way back to the 17th century. And it's a very specific kind of color of green. So it's very traditional in Sweden on these traditional occasions and like historical event memorial occasions that they will wear this color green. And so they decided that, for the heritage of Mora, they chose these two colors, the Dollar Red and the Mora folk dress green. And so, you'll see how basically they just reversed it. So the 511 is the overall red with the green insert. The 546 is overall green with the red insert. Now, again, is there a big difference in this knife? Well, really, the only difference is that the 511 comes in carbon. The 546 is in stainless. But again, they're excellent. That's weird. There's a little bit of magnetic attraction over there on the end of the knives. Not so much here, but right there. Weird. Anyway, so they're excellent quality steel all the way around. But there are reasons why you might want one in carbon, might want one in stainless, and that's why there's two different versions of the basic. So the point is, it's just, if you're a fan of Mora, it's kind of a cool thing to get. And they don't cost any more than a regular Mora knife. You can still pick this up for, I mean, literally $10. I'm not kidding. Now, probably plus some shipping. I've seen them online for 10, for 12. The most I saw it was like 14 bucks. And, you know, that's how much a regular basic will run you. You can get, like, I mean, on Amazon, you can get a 3-pack of basics in different colors for like $20. I mean, it's a very affordable knife, but that doesn't mean it's a crappy knife. It will do a lot of work for you in all of your outdoors activities. Now, why would you maybe want to pay for one of the more expensive Moras? Well, there's different, they do have different tang setups, different blade shapes, same steel, and different handles that are a little bit more, maybe more grippy, a little more comfortable. But anyway, that is what it is. You know, we're in December. They will release a new color of the year for 2025. You can still find these in plenty of places, though, if you're interested in getting them. I'm not gonna put a link to any specific place because you don't need to. You can just Google Mora Knife of the Year, you know, and throw a 2024 in if you want. You can Google Mora Dollar Red, and these will come up, and you can just take your pick of one of your favorite retailers. They're not on Amazon, by the way. I did look there, but there's a lot of real credible online resellers. I got mine from a place called Ragweed Forge, which I never heard of before, but that's where I bought the 546 from. It turns out the 546. I actually bought the second 511, the one I got by accident, on eBay from the same place, from Ragweed Forge. I didn't realize who the seller was until I started looking at it. Wait, no, 546, 511. It was just my fault for not checking. I don't know, you know, sometimes I don't read product descriptions well enough. It's totally my fault, not their fault. But there's 100 different sellers out there selling these different things. So if you're interested, go grab them. And you can even find some of the older, I think I saw a 2023 out there available for like 12 bucks at some place too. So there you go, guys. Mora Knife of the Year for 2024. So I will be doing a full Mora collection as per viewer request. I'm just showing my entire, I have a big box, I call it the big box of Moras, because once I got one Mora in my hand, I said, I gotta know more about this company, and I gotta see everything they offer, and I have been collecting Moras ever since. I have a lot of these basics in my collection because they're so good and they're so affordable. I just keep them in multiple places, multiple bags, you know, setups and everything. And I'll do like a full Mora collection rundown for you real soon. So what do you guys think? Are you a fan of the color combination? Do you like the idea that they put out these different limited editions, even though they don't really increase in value that much, even though they're not like big collector's items now? Hey, maybe in 10, 20 years they might be. Who knows? So what do you guys think? You like these kind of little informative type videos? Should I throw them in every now and then? Are they kind of cool and fun and exciting? Or, you know, let me know what you guys want to see. So anyway, thanks for spending a little bit more time with me. I really do appreciate it. Remember that you guys are all absolutely awesome, and I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back again real soon.